Hey guys, Scott's Football here, back in another video, and today we are back with the Premier League score predictions for game week 6, as with 5 games have been played and now heading into the sixth game of the season for all Premier League sides. And here are the games, and I'm going to give you these predictions for this week's game. I've got up for more 10 exciting games this week. So let's get started then. The first game is Everton versus Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. Everton had a 1-1 draw away at Leeds midweek. They did play very well. It's a very equal game, and Anthony Gordon running off the sofa for them. He looks like a very good player, exciting player. Chelsea had a few bids for him, but the end of decided to stay at Everton. I think staying at Everton, a club that he'll play all the time, is probably better for him. And Liverpool, they had the best first start to the season, but in the end they turned it around in the 98th minute from Fabio Carvalho. Devastating for Newcastle, though, it really was. Because they battled so hard. This game here, I do think the win will go towards Liverpool, so Everton 1, Liverpool 2. Next game, Brentford versus Leeds here. Two teams that had both got a draw midweek. One was against Palace and one was against Everton. Both teams got a draw midweek. I can't see much separating these two teams here. So you know what? I'm going to say another draw. So Brentford 1, Leeds 1. Next game now, we got Chelsea versus West Ham. Chelsea have been quite poor recently. Chelsea have. They've had defeats at Leicester, away at Leeds, and they've had a defeat away at Southampton, but they did win against Leicester despite having 10 men. So I think they'll be all right for this season. And on West Ham's side, they got off to a very poor start. They finally got their win underway last week away at Aston Villa and 1-1 vital point home to Tottenham. Finally off the mark now. At least they got a win, unlike us. Just a quick note: Chelsea signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, great signing for them. I think he went to Barcelona for the money and left Arsenal. Good sign for Chelsea though, bearing in mind. Lukaku's gone out on loan to Inter, and Werner's left and rejoined RB Leipzig. That's a really good piece of business there. Onto the prediction bit now. I'm going to say Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. You could say it's like a London derby, except one's in West, one's in South, I think. Next game, Newcastle United versus Crystal Palace. Newcastle battered so hard and devastatingly lost to Liverpool in the 98th minute the other day. And Palace a 1-1 draw at home to Brentford in another London derby. For this game, I think Newcastle are going to be the slightly better side, so I think they'll get the win. Newcastle 2, Crystal Palace 0. Next game now, Forest versus Bournemouth. Both newly promoted teams that haven't got off to the best of starts. Bournemouth 16th, Forest 15th. So we've only both scored 2 goals, but I've got 4 points on the board. Forest have made the 20th signing. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt them if they go down. If they go down, it's a bit of a catastrophe for them because all players will leave. But if they stay up, it's a really good piece of business. They signed 2-4 of our players, Bolly and Gibbs White now. I don't know where all these signs will keep them up. As they lost 6-0 the days of Man City. I knew they weren't going to win Man City, but if I was a Forest fan, I'd expect a bit of fight though. And on Board's part, Scott Parker departing. I don't know what went on there after Liverpool's 9-0. After their 9-0 defeat away at Liverpool. But personally, I do think they need to give him the time, really. He hasn't got much to work with, and it's only 5 games in. So, but for this game here, I don't. It's going to be a tough game for both sides. I can't see either team winning it. However, I have gone for one of the teams to win it. So Forest 1, Bournemouth 0. Next game now, Tottenham versus Fulham. Tottenham have had a really good window. And it was a bit of a letdown for them midweek away at West Ham, but still a point on the board for them. And Fulham, they've had a great window themselves. I think they'll stay up this season. They signed a few more players. They signed Willian yesterday and Carlos Vinicius, and they've also got Daniel James on loan from Leeds as well. So and they signed Paulinho as well. Some very good players, and Barrera, and a couple of others as well. They also signed Leonard Bernardo from Arsenal. Some really good business there. I think this game is going to be a close one, but Spurs will be the slightly better team to get the win. So Spurs 2, Fulham 1. Next game, my team, which is Wolves versus Southampton. No win just yet. We just can't score goals, unfortunately. Against Leeds, first game of the season away at Leeds, we weren't good enough and lost, but we deserved a point out of that. Fulham got a point against new promoted Fulham and didn't win. Tottenham, we got a 1-0 defeat, but we weren't outplayed though and did put up some good fight despite losing. Just same old story, couldn't score. Against Newcastle, probably one of our best performances so far. A 1-1 draw, but we lost it in the 90th. We drew level in the 90th minute to deny our win, first win of the season. And against Bournemouth midweek, 0-0 draw. We just looked very weak at top. We're a way better side, but just couldn't score. So hopefully win comes against Southampton. On Southampton's part, Southampton are actually a bit of a funny team because they are a decent side. They got a good win at home to Chelsea midweek. For me, they always pick up the points and always get the job done for me, Southampton. So I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I'd love a win. If we don't draw, it's going to be a defeat and a win to Southampton. So 1-1, Wolves 1, Southampton 1. Next game now, Villa versus Manchester City. Villa signed Dendoncker yesterday from us, and they've got one win this season at home to Everton, but they haven't had a very good start. 3 defeats in the last 3. They signed Jan Bednark on loan from Southampton, and they signed Dendoncker yesterday. Could Steven Gerrard on his way to be the next manager sacked, or the second manager sacked in the league? Who knows? On Man City part, Haaland can stop scoring goals. Haaland's 9th for the season now. He's ripping up the league after 5 games. They currently sit second in the league, not far off top, who are Arsenal at our top. And they're nearly top. For me, I think Man City will get this win. So Villa 1, Man City 3. I think Haaland will get a goal, or possibly could get another hat-trick to complete his 12th for the season. So on to the next game now, Brighton versus Leicester. Brighton, a decent side. They're fourth in the league so far. They did lose away at Fulham midweek, but Fulham are doing really well at the moment. I think they're up for a decent season. Other than that defeat away at Fulham, they are unbeaten so far. They've had a good start. So for me, and Leicester, they haven't even picked up a point yet. They played well against United last night. They played alright, but just didn't get the points or the goals to get back in it. So Brighton 2, Leicester 1. Next game now, a big game here, Man United versus Arsenal. Man United are 5th and Arsenal are top, and had a really positive start. Man United in the last 3 games have won all 3, and they've actually done quite well in the last 3 games. Can this be the start now? And Arsenal's part, a really good start to the season. 5 straight wins so far, and Gabriel Jesus has turned out to be a decent signing so far. 3 goals and 3 assists. I can't see a winner in this game here, to be honest with you. So I'm going to say Man United 2, Arsenal 2. If I'd have to go for winner, I'd say home off and say Man United, but I just can't predict 2 wins, so 2-2 draw. So right then guys, we are at the end of the video now, so if you do enjoy the video, do get a like, do subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications every time I make a video. Have a good one guys, see you all later, bye everyone.